Come on in, guys. Drop your questions, drop your comments. Let's get it rocking tonight. Hope you guys are having a wonderful week so far. Let's get it going tonight. Hope you guys are having a great week. How to know if I'm a narcissist? Well, if you're asking that question, then you're most likely not a narcissist. Mr. I know everything. Nope, never said that I know everything. But I'm glad that you came in here to harass me with your 4 followers and 14 following. So it must be sad to be you. I mean, it really must be sad. I'm sorry. All right, what's up, Miss Gail from Canada? How you doing? How you doing? It's okay, Steeler. You're gonna be all right, buddy. You sent me a DM. Okay, Julie, I'll check that in just a few. I got you. Come on in, guys. Drop your questions, drop your comments. We're talking about healing from narcissistic and toxic relationships. If you guys are new here, my name is Scott. I'm a certified Christian divorce recovery coach. I've also been an ordained Christian minister for about 12 years now. So let's get it rocking. How is everybody doing? When did I miss? Sounds like some arguing going on. Nah, there's no arguing going on. There's petty, childish people that want to come in and try to harass me, and it's okay because I'm bigger and better and stronger than them, and I have more class than them, so we're not going to participate in that tonight. Oh, let's see. I deal with a narcissist brother-in-law who's harassing me online. So you can, if he's your brother-in-law, why doesn't your husband handle that? Just a curiosity on that. Why is your husband not handling his brother, or your sister not handling her husband? That would be the question that I have. Make sure you guys are following me at the top of the screen, guys. Let's get to 5,000 likes as quick as possible. Facebook, I see you guys popping in. Make sure you guys say hello. Let's get this conversation rocking with y'all. I'll be with y'all for about 35, 40 minutes. And then I got to get back on some classes. Lisa, good afternoon. How are you, ma'am? Good evening. All right, real quick, drop your questions, guys. I'm going to go make me another protein shake real quick, and I'll be right back. Alexa, play Jeremy Camp Unplugged.
Live Unplugged by Jeremy Camp on Amazon Music.
All right, let's get this conversation going for the night, guys. Let's go. How can I tell my sister to stop trying to control me? I'm older. You block her. You don't make a recommendation to someone. You show them that you're not going to tolerate it. You can say, hey, I need you to stop doing that. If they don't stop it, then you block them immediately. I have in-laws that think it's okay to treat me badly. Block them too. Currently divorcing an abusive, narcissistic alcoholic, and I feel so bad. You feel so bad because you've been conditioned to believe that everything is your fault. You're probably a pretty good people pleaser. And you are, for the first time, choosing yourself. All right. Lawrence, I'm reporting you for scams. That's sad that you have to do that. honest people. Let's see. Spam. Block. Submit. Sorry, guys. I had to block these spam accounts because they're trying to screw people over. All right. Josh, what's up, buddy? I was in a relationship 29 years with a narcissist. If it wasn't for God, I wouldn't have made it. I understand. Any suggestions on how to keep moving forward? So, yes, remove yourself from the opportunity for them to speak to you. Pour everything into God and get into as much therapy and help and coaching as you can. What's up, Chris? Danielle, what's up? Mary Beth, what's going on, everybody? Come on in, double tap the screen, drop your questions, drop your comments. Let me go ahead and apologize beforehand. I'm a little salty tonight, so I may be a little too direct for some of you folks, but it's going to be okay. We're going to make it. He blocked me when I confronted him. Of course he did. How dare you hold me accountable? So he blocked you. That's what they do. That's another form of silent treatment. My ex hit me. That's my ex-wife. Hit me with a cast iron in your sleep. Did you press charges on her? Go ahead. Hold on, and Amy, I can it wait just a minute? I'm live. I got 500 people in here. All right, let's go. What's up, Josh? Come on in, guys. I apologize for the interruption there. Let's see. I was married to a narcissist, then he died. I'm torn between grief and relief. That's normal. That's a little bit of Stockholm syndrome, too. That's normal. I can help you with that. My ex took over my whole identity and profession. Listen, these people are poisonous. You're still suffering. Listen, guys, you don't have to stay stuck in this. I coach people through this every single day. I've got a 10-week course only for the people that are serious. In 10 weeks, we can get you probably around 70% better if you do the work. Okay? All right. So someone asked, what are some of the traits that covert narcissists have? Okay. So a covert narcissist is usually harder to identify because they don't always, like present themselves with arrogance. Sometimes they may not be very loud. They may not be dominant. Most of the covert narcissists that I have seen in relationship stuff, they come in as a victim. They have a sad story of how everybody's been mean to them or mistreated them, or all my exes were crazy. They come in with insecurities, acting like they're very shy. They're just kind of misunderstood. You'll know that you're dealing with some of these people because, just like most true narcissists, they have an extreme sensitivity to criticism. Okay. Even like trying to give these people like mild feedback, trying to give them mild feedback can set them off. Okay. You need to understand that. Okay. They have a victim mentality. Okay. Everything is always happening to them. If they get fired from the job, it's because these people didn't understand me or they disrespected me at work or blah, 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 blah. Okay. Very passive aggressive, things like that. Accountability is a good thing. Block them. It's my fault. I found your page for a reason. Yes. Good. Good. Keep dropping your questions, guys. So listen, all you guys that are dealing with a trauma bond or an ex that you can't seem to break free from, you can't seem to stop thinking about them, all those things, you can send me a direct message and you can apply for my 10-week program. Okay. It's my only coaching option that I have right now. I was doing group coaching. Not a lot of people wanted to show up because you guys, I understand you want to keep your stuff private. I understand. So I've got a 10-week course now. I had an 8-week. I bumped it up to 10 weeks. So we get an extra 2 weeks. I have financing options. A lot of people will go to a firm and they'll get a prepaid card approved and they'll check out with that. So their payment stays very low every month. The survival mode is the worst: anxiety, panicking, waking up at 3 a.m. So yes, it's a trauma response. Okay. The waking up at 3 a.m. That is a very common hour. Cortisol levels keep you up at night. Let me just establish that. All these racing thoughts, the terrible dreams, all those are as unprocessed emotions. Okay. So what you're going through is totally normal. The anxiety, the panic. Yeah, what that is a dysregulated nervous system because you're actually experiencing withdrawals. You are experiencing withdrawals from a toxic person, a toxic situation. My ex is a narcissist and he hurts his feelings, expecting me. He hurts my kids' feelings, expecting me. What now? I didn't understand what you said. Yep. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Yeah. So anywhere from 2 to like 4 a.m., your body's already starting to raise your cortisol levels to get you ready for the day. And if they're already up, then it just overflows. So you wake on up. That's normal. Then you feel like the only person that can calm it is the person who hurts you. Yeah. You're literally depending on the person who is causing you harm to stop causing you harm and to fix it. Yeah. Makes sense, doesn't it? It's classic trauma bond, guys. This is something that we break every single day. I've been coaching people for about 3 years now, over 700 coaching clients. I've got people that didn't think that they would ever be able to move on with their life, didn't think they would ever be able to be by themselves. They're thriving. And it makes you feel absolutely crazy. Yeah, because of the gaslighting. It's normal. Cortisol makes a lot of sense why I never feel rested in the morning. You don't feel rested because there's unprocessed emotions and your high cortisol levels are what's keeping you up. So what I would recommend is trying to lower your cortisol. That's one of the things that we work on in my coaching program in the first couple of weeks is getting you regulated. So many of y'all are in like chaotic mode. Best thing to do, block them. Yeah. But even if you block them, you're still going to be craving that. So there's more things that we need to do. Everybody's like, oh, just block them. You'll be fine. No, this is a process, guys. Mornings are horrible. Mornings are not horrible if you wake up in gratitudes and prayer. You may tell you why, because gratitude and anxiety cannot live in the same atmosphere at the same time. Blocking has made it awful for me. That's because you're not getting those daily little micro doses of the thing that you're addicted to. Because every time you have a decent conversation or you get that text message, even if it's bad, you're still getting a hit of the thing that you're addicted to. And you reset your healing clock over and over and over and over again. I look forward to waking up to now. I know God has my back good. You feel like no one understands. I guarantee you everybody in here understands. Your situation is not rare. Your situation is very normal. Reboot takes a month to get to be. Let prayer separate yourself from negativity. There's no timeline on your healing. There's no timeline on your healing. Some people may be fine in 4 weeks. Some people may be fine in 4 months. Some people may be fine in 4 years. It all depends on how much dedication you pour into this thing. It's going to depend on how much pain you've been through and how much willingness you're willing to put in the work to do something. You have to create new neurological pathways. Yes. Don't agree with the tarot stuff that you're doing, man. That's actually demonic, but I'll agree with you on that one comment. We differ on the tarot stuff. I've been through 3 narcissistic relationships. I recently started dating someone. He blew up after 3 weeks. Thank God I can see the trait after 3 weeks. Yeah. So the problem is, Susan, is that the reason that all of your relationships have been narcissistic and this new one's narcissistic too is because you're there. Yeah, it's because you're there. You are picking people based off of habit. You are picking people based off of what you are familiar with. If all of your exes were crazy, if all your exes were narcissistic or alcoholics or abusive, you're the common denominator, man. And it may not even be your fault. It could be just an extension of what you grew up in. I've spoken to my soon-to-be narcissistic ex-wife, and it gives me shakes and anxiety. Yeah, that's a trauma response. Stuck in fight or flight mode. Husband of 30 years has stage 4. I see that all the time. I see it all the time. I see it all the time. I see it all the time. All right, keep dropping these questions, guys. I got about another 20 minutes with you guys. I've got about 5 openings left in my 10-week course. You guys have been, I see a lot of messages coming through about working with me one-on-one. Please hear me. Don't Don't even message me if you're not serious about doing the work, guys. I'm not going to coach you through messaging. That is not how this works. You have got to have consistent support. That is why when you work with me for 10 weeks, you also have unlimited text and phone call support with me 7 days a week. So if you're struggling on a Thursday afternoon and we don't meet till Tuesday, you can still reach out to me, okay? Why do narcissists have years? Mark, my ex, knew he would. Yeah. What now? Try that again, Miss Lisa. That didn't make any sense. I'm friends with my ex, but he is a Christian, and so am I, but he gets happy when he hurts my feelings. Is that Christian-like? Absolutely not. The Bible says you will know them by their fruit. Healthy people don't intentionally hurt other people. My 10-week course is $2,497. But a lot of people will go to a firm and they'll get pre-approved there for financing, and the payment's only like $80 a month. Okay? And I've got other financing options and payment plans available. I know what it's like. I know a lot of people don't have just $24.97 laying around. So I made it very affordable. You guys have financing. Do they know they are narcissist, or is it just their learned behavior? So it is a learned behavior, and they may can accept that they need to work on some stuff, but not to the point that they'll admit that there's actually a personality disorder most of the time. There's really no end to it. It's just a vicious cycle. There is an end to it, but you've got to have the courage. You've got to have the courage to face it. So many of y'all stop because it's scary. Just because it's scary doesn't mean that you can't do this. Just because it's scary doesn't mean that you can't do it. Trauma bond is a chemical addiction in the brain, literally the same as drugs. Do you agree? Yes. How do you deal when you can't leave right away? Why can't you leave right away? Is it typical for narcissists to call others narcissists? If you were with someone that is very narcissistic and they called you a narcissist, type me in the comments section. Let's validate this woman. Let's validate her. Yeah, we see it every day. I wish I had the money for that. He's a Christian, goes to church every Sunday, but has told me that I'm not allowed to go back to listening to a band I liked. And if I go back, he won't go. But I asked him if he wants me to not be happy and he likes hurting my feelings. And he just said yes. So it doesn't matter if he goes to church every time the doors are open. It doesn't matter if he knows the Bible, every single verse, every chapter, any of those things. It doesn't matter if he's going to seminary. Matthew 7:21 says, not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will see the kingdom of God, but only those who do the will of my Father who is in heaven, right? So if someone is intentionally hurting you, that is called Machiavellianism. And that's on the same spectrum as psychopathy. And let me go ahead and validate something else. I saw a study a couple weeks ago that said that one of the number one professions for psychopaths, pastor. Every time I confronted him, he never admitted it. Of course not. It's called DARVO, by the way. Deny, attack, reverse the victim and offender. What's up, Emmy Lou? When are we meeting again, sister? Yep. One thing I want to tell you is that sometimes people, they can be Christians, but they can still fall short and still make mistakes. It's what they do afterwards. We're looking for repentant hearts. What's up, Antoine? Now he has the new girl in his home and she's pregnant and engaged to him. Awesome. I'm glad. Yes. How do you deal with an avoidant narcissist? You don't. You walk away from that. Why would you settle for toxicity when there are other healthy people out here? Watching from Texas. What's up? Mine filed a false restraining order and said it's God's will. Of course. Because if they bring God into it, it's got to be real, right? Alexa, turn it up one. What's up, Rhonda? Can they ever really change? No. They've only seen a 1% to 2% change in true narcissistic personality disorder, and it's only when they're not in a relationship. Should repentant hearts still be hurting you? I'm not going to tell you that just because someone has a repentant heart that they're not going to hurt you from time to time. Now, if it becomes physical, anything like that, or you're in danger, or they're belittling you and stuff, I would probably walk away. Why do they never apologize? Why should they? They haven't done anything wrong. How can you really tell if it's a narcissist? You know, you literally can look up the narcissistic traits, and if they have 5 out of the 9, then they qualify for being diagnosed with it. Not physical, just verbal. So what? Don't minimize abuse just because it's verbal and you don't have bruises. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words never hurt me. That's bullcrap. You've never been through trauma. Words hurt. What's up, Lucas? Bring it. I'm praying, and thanks for being so. All right, cool. Got you. He didn't want to be with. He didn't want to be with me. Why is there a time frame for a narcissist to be with a person? I was tired of the cheating and the lies. If I didn't get my things in order when he was controlling me, until I said enough. I'm confused by what you're asking me, ma'am. Yep, he cheated and still won't admit it. We are still married and is being seen out in public with her. How do you handle all of this? You file for divorce, Kristen. What do you mean, how do you handle this? The dude cheated on you. He was literally banging some other chick. He didn't walk down the sidewalk and trip and fall on top of her. This was a planned, orchestrated event on several different levels. Why are you not divorcing him? Don't say because we got kids together. I know I should take up for myself to him, and I kind of want to still be his friend. And he wants to talk more about why he likes hurting my feelings, which I'm going to do tonight. Yeah. You either figure out what you stand for, ma'am, or you're going to continue to fall for everything. If you're not going to do anything about it, there's no point in complaining about it. I'm a coach. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not here to charge your insurance every single week or every single month just to sugarcoat things and tap dance around your feelings. I'm here to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And some of that may sound like a jerk. Some of that may sound direct, but I do not care. It's what you need to have happen. The part I recently left, an 8-year relationship with a narcissist. It was the best thing I ever did. Good for you, man. Kids together is a big factor. They're not really. Not really. So many of you are like, well, I don't want to hurt my kids. You already are. I don't want to mess my kids up. You already are. I don't want to have a broken home. You already do. I don't want my marriage to fail. It already did. And if you don't get out of this, I saw a study a couple of weeks ago that said that if children grow up in these environments, they are 2 to 4 times more likely to end up in it when they grow up. Look at your childhood and look where you are now. So apparently I've had someone pretending to be you messaging me. Let me explain something to y'all. I'm never going to message anybody. If you send me a message, I will respond, but I'm not messaging anybody. Okay. Especially if they're asking you for donations to a church or wanting to do a tarot reading or any of those things, it's definitely not me. Pay attention to the blue check mark on TikTok. Verify that there's 580,000 followers. If it's not 580,000 followers, it's not me. I'm not going to tell you to join Telegram or any of those things. Those are all scams and you're going to lose thousands of dollars. It's not me. If you want to throw away $1,000, by all means do that, but don't throw it at a page thinking it's me. My ex is going to church with me and the kids every Sunday. I want my kids to see us able to take them to church, but I don't want to confuse my kids' thoughts. So are y'all going to play house or are you really going to go out here and be separated? You're confusing the kids. You're confusing the church. You're confusing yourselves. If your child was in the same kind of relationship, what kind of advice would you give them? Yep. Do I have to be enrolled in your class to send you a message? Absolutely not. You can send me a message only if you're interested in working with me one-on-one. My mom showed me your account, and I could definitely use your advice. Send me a message, Miss Kim. Send me a direct message. He told me once that he understood why my ex left me. Okay. Keep dropping these questions, guys. If you're not following me at the top of the screen, make sure you know. How do you know if the parents are a narcissist? Which parents? Even when I cannot see. The way I felt after my husband left is that I died inside. I'm healing from after this. Wait, I'm healing from this after 3 years, but I'm still scared to trust. Yeah, so it literally is a funeral. You have got to understand that this is a funeral. And if you've been in a trauma bond and a toxic relationship, it's also an addiction that we have to break. So many people want to come in here and sell you a dang $25 course, and you think that's going to fix it. Yeah, it's going to give you some tools, but you've got to have a support system. And I'm not talking about your friends that keep giving you raggedy advice. I'm talking about people who actually have been trained in this and know how to get you out of this. Okay? Do you have any advice for someone who grew up with a narcissistic father, then went into a relationship for 8 years with a narcissist abuser, and now is exhibiting narcissistic behavior due to the trauma caused? How does that person learn to trust, love, and unlearn? So you got to do some trauma work for sure, and you're going to need some help breaking these trauma bonds. Opal, what's going on? You need to change your name, by the way. You got Opal and Larry Tate. I want to try to fix things, but here's the situation. I have a husband of 5 years. I'm a traveling nurse. I was on assignment, and he carried on a 1+ year affair. He was taking $500, $800 out of my account to fund the affair because his cuss word don't work. Had her in my house plus more, made me have a breakdown mentally. I hate him right now, try to move forward, but can't for some reason. Probably because you still have his name up there like y'all are still together. You're probably in a trauma bond for sure. This dude didn't have a job. The Bible says that if a man does not provide for his own household, that he is actually lower than a non-believer. And you're out here being a traveling nurse, traveling around, taking care of sick people, paying for all his bills and doing all those things. For what? What's your reward for doing that? You would think it would be an appreciative husband who's sorry as crap, who don't work. Now he thinks he's going to bring another girl home to your house. Let's get you out of that. All right. You're hurting so bad, send me a message. Only if you guys are serious about doing the work. Guys, listen, I got some stuff I got to take care of. I got a bunch of messages to get on to, and I got to call and tell my kids good night. I love you guys. I'll be back live tomorrow morning. Nothing changes if nothing changes, guys. If you are sick and tired of trying to do this your way, let's change it. Okay? Yep. All right. Send me a message, guys. Love y'all. See y'all tomorrow.